stuff.
Sharon, Jackie reached out to the Hartley County Jail for you, and she said they are scrambling to try to get on.
Oh, okay, they are good. I don't even know what I just did with my phone, so that works out great. Thanks.
We'll just be in recess until they show up.
Okay, thank you, Judge. So where's my phone? Oh, here it is.
Good afternoon. Can you unmute yourself there, please, in the Hartley County Jail? Can you hit that unmute button there, please?
It's okay.
There we go. Okay.
We don't make mistakes.
Your name, Mr. Kendama?
Yes, ma'am. May I ask who I'm speaking to? Because I don't see anybody.
Just a moment. I'm trying to get you while you're on so you can see her. Mr. Kendama, do you see Ms. Meyer on your screen?
I don't see nobody.
Sharon, if you'll say something out loud.
I'm right here, Mr. Kendama. Miss Walton is in trial. So my name is Sharon Meyer. I work with Miss Walton, and I'm going to be handling the paperwork for you, the plea.
Oh, what's her name again?
Your attorney, Lakeisha
Yes.
Walton, the ones you've been talking to?
Yes, that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I work with Miss Walton, and she's in a trial. They expected it to be done, but that's the way courts are. Sometimes things don't go as fast as they expect.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Meyer, Mr. Kendama,
Yes, ma'am.
this is Judge Allen, and she's going to hear your case.
Right, good afternoon. The court will now call case number 6339, the state of Texas versus, and is it Benjamin or Benjamin?
It's Benjamin.
Benjamin Matthew Kendama. Is the state ready to proceed?
State's ready, Your Honor.
And is defense ready to proceed?
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Kendama, are you the same Benjamin Matthew Kendama that previously pled guilty to the offense of theft of property in an amount more than $2,500 and less than $30,000?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, and do you recall at that time you were placed on probation and told that you were required to follow all of the probation rules?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, sir, the state is alleging that you did not follow all of those terms and conditions. But I am not seeing, I'm looking at the proposed paperwork and I don't see the allegations of the terms and conditions that you have violated.
And Judge, I don't know what paperwork you have in front of you, but I've got a copy of the judgment I think that was submitted. On page 2, it shows 3 violations, A, B, and C. I don't know if that was delivered with the rest of the judgment before the court today.
Actually, it appears that what was e-filed does not include page 2.
Okay.
So I will get a copy of that. Mr. Cook, can you state the terms and conditions the state is alleging that Mr. Kendama violated?
Yes, Your Honor. Allegation A is that the defendant failed to abstain from the use of a controlled substance, namely marijuana, on or about August 30th, 2022. Allegation B is defendant failed to make court-ordered payments on or before the 10th day of each month for each of the following months: July 2022, September 2022. And allegation C, the final allegation alleged in the state's motion to adjudicate, is defendant failed to report in person or in writing to the 69th Judicial District Community Supervision and Corrections Department on or before the 10th day of each month for each of the following months: July 2022 and August 2022, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Kendama, how do you plead to the state's allegations, true or not true?
True.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Cook, is there a plea agreement in this case?
There is, Your Honor. In exchange for the defendant's plea of true, the state has agreed to recommend to the court that the court adjudicate the defendant guilty and revoke his probation, sentencing him to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice State Jail Division for a period of 16 months. As an additional condition of this plea, this case, the sentence in this case rather, is to run concurrent with Carson County case 7147, which is 18 months state jail sentence, a fine in the amount of $1,000 assessed against the defendant, restitution payable to the 69th Judicial District Community Supervision and Corrections Department in the amount of $1,349, payment of court costs and fees reflected in the bill of costs attached to the judgment to be paid by the defendant. And finally, the state would note that the defendant has earned jail time credit of 52 days, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Kendama, you've heard the Assistant District Attorney announce a plea agreement. Is that the plea agreement that you reached with him?
Yeah, I didn't hear him say anything about the 80-20 good time that I agreed to on the paperwork from the lawyer I got.
I believe the defendant would be referring to good time that would be assessed by TDCJ as opposed to part of the plea agreement. Mr. Kendama, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is actually assessed by the Texas Department of Corrections, not by our district court. You may have discussed the procedures with Ms. Walton, but that is not in the purview of the district attorney's office to include in the plea agreement, because that's determined by Texas Department of Corrections. Does that kind of make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so at that point, you have no further questions about the plea agreement as Cook announced, do you?
No, ma'am.
No, Your Honor, we may proceed.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Kendama, I will follow the recommendation of the District Attorney's Office. I find you guilty of the offense of theft of property in an amount more than $2,500 and less than $30,000. I revoke your probation, and I sentence you to serve 16 months in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice State Jail Division. I note that this sentence will run concurrently with your sentence in case number 7147 in Carson County, which the judgment shows to be 18 months. Also, I order that you pay a fine of $1,000 in restitution to the Community Supervisions and Corrections Department in the amount of $1,349. And finally, I note that you have 52 days jail time credit. Do you have any questions about that judgment, Mr. Kendama?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Is there anything further from the state?
Only that I will be delivering you a copy of page 2 of the judgment, Judge, and here you can see the violations up here, A, B, and C. That's what we're
Right, thank
alleging, just so Sharon can see too. That's what I'll be giving the judge.
And could you just email us a copy of it also?
Yes, absolutely.
Either to Lakeisha or I, either one. We're interchanged.
I'll do both.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yep.
Is there anything further from the defense, Ms. Meyer?
No, Your Honor, we'd rest.
All right, thank you. Mr. Kendama, at this time, I'll remand you back to the custody of the Moore County Sheriff's Office. Begin serving your sentence. Sir, I hope things go well for you from this point forward, and best wishes to you. Court is adjourned. Yes, sir, wait. Mr. Kendama, did you have a question?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, since I'm over here in Dalhart, will I be getting moved back to Moore County?
That is not a question I can answer. It depends on the availability of beds in Moore County and when there is an opening in a state jail facility.
Okay, so is that like by what, 4 weeks?
Well, if I could address that, Mr. Kendama, it's gonna depend when they have an opening, they'll pick you up from wherever you at. And if you're in Dalhart, the TDCJ will come to Dalhart and pick you up once that opening is available. Otherwise, for Moore County to transfer you from Dalhart to Dumas, we don't want to run the risk that delays your transfer to the TDCJ unit. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So they know where you're at, and they will certainly let the authorities know so that as soon as you're available to be transferred, that will be accomplished. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
I'm so sorry. I had a question for her. I didn't want to disrupt her.
For the her being me or for
yes, Miss Sharon.
Okay, sure.
So I have those other misdemeanors.
Yeah,
do I need to leave while you have this conversation, Ms. Meyer?
Yeah, Judge, this is relating to other cases that Miss Walton does represent him on. And at that point, if the court can leave the Zoom open for the client and we can address that, and that way we're not taking the court's time. I don't believe there's anything related to this specific case that we're pleading to that we have any questions about. Isn't that correct, Mr. Kendama? As long as the judge let us talk a minute, would that be okay? Go ahead and leave.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. Court is adjourned, but I'll ask Ms. Burnett to leave the Zoom link open for a few minutes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Kendama, we actually had docket yesterday on your misdemeanor cases, and the judge was notified that you were taking care of the